what is the feel you want people to feel about your brand?
Yeah, I think one of the things that I've been doing with Joylyn and working with her upcoming novel, The Price We Pay, is finding a bigger vision for the book than just the book itself. Like using it, leveraging it to talk about race relations. That's what we're, how to use it as a conversation starter in difficult conversations. And so that people, because I feel like that's a serious problem right now, that people talk about each other and they don't talk to each other. And so if we could tackle that issue in the country, we'd have a lot less division. So that's kind of what we're going with the book. And with that angle, I think it'll make it easier to approach press and get attention.
Yeah, and especially right now, you saw it on the press websites, like hold your nose if you have to. I mean, I know a lot of people don't want to look at what the other side has to say, but it's all thought provoking. It's all starting a conversation. And I love what you're doing with that, because at the end of the day, we have much, much more in common than we have dividing us, I think. And so you're right. If we would just start those conversations and listen and say, I never thought of it that way, instead of, you're wrong. Nobody likes
exactly. It's easy to call each other names. It's easy to pigeonhole one another and to create a story about what the other side thinks. But if you actually open up the door to the conversation and you're willing to listen openly and be honest with one another about your experiences, not blaming one another for it, but just, this is what my experience has been, then it invites that conversation. And then once you start talking to each other, you realize how much in common you actually have, and that the divisions aren't as great as you thought they were. And then the other person is invited to care about your situation because they see your humanity.
Exactly. Point of view is very important. I gave a talk at a high school many years ago after the riots in, I forget which one it was, but there was this clip on TV of a mother grabbing her son, so a Black mother grabbing her son, and people were like, that looks like child abuse. But when you really got down and I pointed out the point of view of everybody in there, that was that mother's experience, that he won't come out of there. So, you have to look at that instead of just making a judgment about, I'm white and I would never touch my child and grab him and, like that. You have to look at those other points of view there and their lived experience of that. And I think once people can start doing that and understanding the motivations, that you're right on this book. That's great you're doing that. I could go on and preach to you guys forever. So
yeah, I think that when you start with finding a bigger vision for the book, something that can accomplish with the content, you'll have a lot easier time with the marketing, because it'll almost come naturally.